Hello, Nicholas. How are you? And I went to your resume. Please introduce yourself first.
Sure, sir. Good morning. First of all, my name is Nikhilesh. I've completed graduation in computer science and engineering stream last year from Usmania University. Currently, I'm preparing for full stack development, and currently I'm learning backend. And my front end skills are like HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React and Redux.
Okay.
So thanks for giving me this opportunity.
Yeah, yeah. So let's start from little bit of. So you said that you are a monster developer, right? I
Yeah,
mean, you are currently learning Node and everything. Okay.
yeah.
So can you tell me how to set up the all the there is a collection kind of a there should be a collection of cloud operation, right? Suppose I'm suppose you create a task kind of a application like
Yeah.
the different kind of crowd operation that you do, and what are the what are the different endpoints that you can think of for a particular task. Like if I am creating a task manager kind of an application, then I'll get some task. I can update task. I can delete a task, and so I just want to know how the API URLs will be. Okay.
Yes, sir. So basically, CRUD operations involves majorly the request methods that we send to the API.
Okay.
So there can be for reading something, we can use the get request method to an API. And for updating, we can use either post or put or patch. And for delete, we can use the delete method. So regarding the endpoints versioning, you're asking, or
No, no, no. I'm just asking what is the endpoint signature? Like there should be just give me the endpoints that
Hmm.
you think, because for get post how it will be, for delete how it will be, for patch how it will be, for put how it will be. That I just want to know, are you clear about it or not?
Yes, sir. So for get, we can use, let's say, if we want to get the request as JSON, then there can be an endpoint where it can be slash API slash users, let's say, for example.
Mhm.
So I can, as soon as I hit the get method on the API users endpoint, I can basically send whatever the data is there
Mhm.
in the response from the server to the client, basically the browser. Whereas in post, let's say user is filling a form, is basically signing up.
Mhm.
So whenever a user signs up, its data is not there in the database previously, right? That's why you want to sign up.
Okay.
So whenever he signs up through the form data, let's say it went to the server via the URL parameters.
Mhm.
So in the backend, we can retrieve the URL data, like the information from the user in the URL, and we can create a new record for the newly registered user.
Mhm.
And let's say the user is uh, wanting to change his password, or he might have forgot his password. So in this case, we don't need to change all the fields. We only need to change only the password field, right?
Mhm.
So here we can use the patch method, basically patching up the password. Like it does not need entire details of the user to be sent again. We can only send those fields which have to be changed.
Mhm.
So for that, we can use the patch method. And let's say put method is
No,
also,
I'm asking, so if I'm doing a patch method, okay, I understood what you are trying to say,
yeah.
but you will send data. What are the best practices? How you will send the data in that case? You need a username, right? Username and what are the details. So how you will you send the data?
Like I can use the URL encoding if I'm working in a Postman.
Okay. Okay. No, I'm just saying you'll pass in the body or you'll pass in the params.
Okay. So uh, I will, okay. So in the params, if I pass, then they will be exposed in the URL only.
Okay.
So it is better to send in the body, I'm guessing, because I'm not no completely learning. I have just started my backend journey. So currently
Mm-hmm.
I'm learning Node and Express.
Okay. Okay.
But I think the better practice is not to expose in the URL,
Mm-hmm.
but to send in the request body.
Okay.
So that
And the authentication that you do for that, I mean, so suppose I want to send instead of a message, if I want to send some JSON, then what I should do?
Okay, so to send the JSON data, like we have an option to send the like the request body as JSON format also.
Mm-hmm.
Then we can embed the JSON data in the request body and send it to the server.
Okay. Basically, you have to use response.json for it, and you have to have the URL encoding. And what other, I
Okay,
think,
you mean like sending the data in form of JSON from server to client?
yes.
Okay, for that we can use the response.json. Yes.
Okay, got it. And finally, you will have a delete kind of method. Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to check whether you are clear on that part. Okay. Now tell me what is an event loop? Okay. And how you use event loop to, to decide, how does JavaScript uses event loop to decide which, to run the code synchronously? How it uses event loop to do it?
Yes, sir. So event loop is a mechanism which is present inside JavaScript, and it is an essential part of the JavaScript entire ecosystem, I would say.
Hmm.
Because even though JavaScript is single threaded, we are able to perform asynchronous operations in JavaScript. So we have something known as the call stack,
Okay.
where all the current executing functions context is stored in the call stack. And let's say there are two, three console logs in our file and a set timeout. So since console logs are synchronous functions, they are executed as soon as they are appeared in the call stack. Whereas regarding the set timeout, since it is an asynchronous operation, JavaScript like gives this set timeout to the web API of the browser, like the timer API.
Okay.
So in the background, browser will keep track of the timer delay, whatever it has to be there, and after the delay is over, it will push whatever the callback function has to be executed into the callback queue. So
Okay.
there are two queues in the event loop. One is the callback queue and another is the microtask queue, where
Okay.
the microtask queue has more priority compared to the callback queue. So in the callback queue, we can have the callback functions of set timeouts or set intervals. Whereas in the microtask queue, we can have the fetch and the promise results.
Okay.
So these two queues are used to decide like what kind of asynchronous operations are to be performed, and those callbacks will be pushed inside this.
Mm-hmm.
So our event loop monitors the call stack, and once it is empty, then it will push in order of the tasks appearing in the microtask queue. And once all the tasks in the microtask queue are pushed into the call stack, then it will start with the callback queue.
Okay.
So in this way, without blocking our main thread, we are able to achieve the asynchronous operations in JavaScript.
Okay. So, okay, that is correct. I just share my screen and just I will ask you some questions based on that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Uh, Let me know if you can see my screen. You can see my screen.
Yes, sir. I'm able to see.
Okay. Let's go with little basics. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I'll just write a function. What will be the output of this?
Okay, so inside a normal function declaration, which is done using the function keyword,
Hmm.
and since this function is in the global level, like we are calling this function directly like sum.
Hmm.
So it is nothing but we are calling the sum with respect to the global object. So this inside the function will represent the global object, which in this node is, I guess it is the global object only.
Okay. So you are saying you will get what window is what you are saying, right?
No, no, not the window. In node, it is not window. So it is something like if you are executing this in browser, then it will be window.
Okay.
In the Node.js, it is the node's global object.
Not global object. So the answer is global object is what you are saying. Okay. If I execute in window, what will get?
It will be window object.
It will be window object. You are saying. Okay. Now what I'll do is So now I brought this inside a function. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now what will be the console? What will this refers to?
Okay, so the greet is a method of the sum object.
Okay.
So inside the object's method, this
Mm.
inside the method refers to the object. Like
Mm.
if we are calling the greet method with respect to sum, since we are accessing sum dot greet,
Mm.
that means that this inside the greet refers to the caller of that function, which is the sum object here.
Mm.
So here we will get the sum object printed.
Okay. So you're saying that if I print this, you should get what?
Sum object.
But I did not get it right. Oh, some error is there.
Sir, it is script.js.
Okay. Okay. So I just need to. Okay. Okay. I was just writing app.js, right?
Yeah.
So you are saying you will get the sum object.
Yes, sir.
It will refer to sum object.
Like
Sum.
this was previous. You did not save this.
Okay. I can't see what you get.
Okay,
Okay,
the
great. It
first
is
one was
function.
the
We are
global.
getting. Okay. Okay. Right. So now I will change it. Okay. Let's not write like this. Okay. In this only one more question we can have. So if I change this to now tell me. Wait. Hmm. Now what will be the value of this?
Okay, so
Wait. We have
you have
not.
to return, I guess.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yes, sir. So okay, so we are storing the hello function in call hello, and we are calling the function hello.
Hmm.
So now no longer the hello is called with respect to the object. It is directly called in the global level. Like we are
Hmm.
not writing any dot for accessing it. So again, it will print the global object.
So you are saying it will print that node global object.
Yes, sir.
Okay, some error is there. Call
So,
hello.
yeah, you have to assign the reference, I guess.
Not sure. Wait. So we are having some dot greet.
Yeah, sir. You are calling and returning. Just return hello.
Okay. I'm just returning.
Yeah.
Or we can directly return here also.
Yes, sir. There also you can function. Yeah.
Okay. So you are saying that we'll get the node global object.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Got it. So in what other way I can call this hello? And any other way do you know if I don't assign it? What other way you can call the hello function?
Okay. So like we can directly call using the chaining method. So sum dot greet, then directly dot hello there.
Okay. Tell me how. Wait, let me comment this. Hmm.
Yes,
What
sir.
you see? How can I call?
So sum dot greet.
Okay.
So if you call till sum dot greet, we will be having the returned function, right? Which is hello.
Hmm.
So again, we can use the chaining to call that method. So we can again have dot hello and parenthesis.
Okay. So this is what we call.
Uh, yes, sir.
No. But this is there is some term to address to this. What this is called? It is called function currying, right?
Yes, sir. Function carrying. Yeah.
Okay. Now what we'll do is, if I don't want to refer to the global object,
Yeah.
okay, I want to refer to an object that I want to provide.
Yes, sir.
And in that case, so okay, before that, I just don't want to refer to the global object. I want to refer to object over here, this object.
Yes, sir.
How to do this? So what should I write so that my this doesn't point to the global object and
Yeah.
it should point to some object, for example.
Okay, so we can use the bind, call, or apply methods for that.
Okay. Okay.
So let's say I want to bind the reference of the hello function to point this to the
No,
sub.
I'll not provide. I'm just so that I understand that you. I don't want to have an external object binded to this.
Then we
I
can use
just want to
call and
refer. So I want my this to refer to this some object, the available object only.
yes, sir.
Okay.
So I can use call and apply in that case.
Okay. Tell me how to do it.
Okay, so basically we have to access till the greet method and we have to call
Okay.
providing the this as sum, I'm guessing. So let me just think about it.
Hmm. Without using call apply band also, there is one more way. It is a more simpler way. But you think about the call apply band.
Okay, so in the 9 and 10 lines which I've commented there, in the 10th line I can write
Hmm.
like call hello dot call
Hmm.
dot call of
Okay.
sum.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I guess this like prints the sum object.
Correct. But this has to open it, right? So you are saying that if I do like this, this will refer to the instead of the global object, it will refer to some, is what you are saying, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. So let's check. Okay. All right. And if I use apply,
Then also it works the same. You can use apply also in place of call.
okay. And if I want to pass some values that I need to use it, how to do it?
Okay, in apply you have to pass it as an array of arguments.
Okay. So I'll
In
just do
call
it.
you can
Like this, I can pass params and everything.
yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Using there is one more bind also, right?
Yes, sir. There is bind.
Bind, how will do it?
So bind we have to do in the line number 9 itself. Like there only we have to create a new reference to the greet function which is always
Hmm.
bounded to the sum object.
Okay.
There
How?
we can use sum dot greet dot bind of sum. So greet dot bind of sum.
Hmm.
And directly call the call hello here with
Okay.
any parameters if you want to pass.
Okay. Like this, right?
Like
Okay.
not in an array, like direct params
Okay.
as a list of.
Hmm. Now using without using call apply band, do you know any other method? See,
Okay,
we can do
so
simple like this. Just create a simple variable
yeah, I thought like this directly or
over
explicitly
here,
setting it.
and then instead of this over here, you can just use underscore.
Underscore, yeah, yeah, right. Because this inside the greet refers to sum only.
So this you can access the outer variable inside inner variable, right?
Yeah, closure.
Yes. So through this also you can do it.
Yes, sir. Yeah, this is way simpler then.
Okay. Now you can share your screen. This type of problem you understood, right? How to solve these kind
Yes,
of
sir.
problems.
Yeah, yeah.
There were so many other questions also. Okay, now I'll do one thing. Instead of object, okay, we did with the object. If you do with a class, then suppose I am having a class. Okay. Something I just write here. Right. I'll pass the name over here and pass. And here I'll be having the method name greet, right? So if I just which I not get it because I'm not instantiated it. Okay, let's create a instance and then do it. Okay.
Yes, sir. Or else you can make it static, I'm guessing.
Hmm. Okay. Now what will create? What will be the result? You can't access or what? I think you can have it here also. Okay. Anyway, you can answer. I'm just writing here. So the question is, if I'm using in a class, so you observe, you understood the question, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
So we used a object, we used an instance of the object I create. Now in the class, if I just do it, what will be the answer?
So that is someone dot greet, right? In 25 line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So that greet method we have like mentioned it in the constructor itself.
Mm.
So this refers inside the constructor function. This refers to the newly created object, like the instance of the sum class.
Okay.
So it will print my someone object.
Okay. So you are saying that it will print your someone object, huh?
Yes, sir.
What did print? I can't see what it is printing. Okay, it
Yes,
is
it is
printing.
printing the someone object.
Okay. So if I think I'm making the this one wrong. But if I'm having the grid function here, imagine that I'm having a grid function here.
Mhm.
Okay, and I'm having the log here. I'm forgetting the exact syntax. And if I make the log over here, let's see if this will work. So I just want to, without creating, I just want to access it. Some dot that I'm getting. So I can get the prototype and then I can do it. Okay, now what will be the answer?
Now I guess it will give me the sum class.
Okay, so you're saying that you'll get the some class instead of the some instance of an object, right?
Yes, sir.
What you're getting? You're getting undefined.
Empty object, I guess we are getting.
Yeah, we are getting an empty object.
Yes, sir. So like with regard to classes, I guess we get empty object like when we access the this of a class.
Understood, right? What is the difference?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there are four kind of questions we discussed. One is object, one is instance of object, one is class,
Yep.
one is with prototypes. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now you can share your screen, open any of your online editor. We'll do some questions on that.
Okay, sir. You have to allow me to share my screen.
Yeah, I'll allow it. I've allowed it.
Okay. So like just for JS, right?
Wait, just because in your interview, maximum questions will come on JS only. Okay. Just take an array of objects.
Okay.
So in the array of object, you can just write three maybe. Let's take an array of employees. Okay. So maybe a name, a department, designation, something. Give some values.
Yes, sir. Just I'm noting down the
Mhm.
keys. Okay. Let's like Suresh and department. Let's say operations. Designation is lead. Okay. So
That's okay. That's okay. You just give different names.
yes.
So we are having an array of objects. Okay.
Yeah.
Now what I want you to do is take some, give some ID also. Give some ID.
Okay. Yeah.
So if I want you to, sort it,
Okay.
sort these arrays based on, just sort these arrays based on the IDs. If I ask you
So,
to sort the arrays, any group of 10, 20 arrays will, values will be there, right? Sort
yeah.
this array based on their IDs.
Okay. So, the IDs are of individual objects and they are in the array. So
ID 1 and ID 2 have given, no? Yeah.
yes, sir.
Exactly.
So I have to first of all get the IDs from my array,
Hmm.
and maybe I can sort them and return the sorted array.
Hmm.
And from the sorted array, I can traverse to the sorted array and like pick up the object with that ID and store it in some other array.
No, simple. Just sort it. So there is an array. I want you to sort it based on their IDs. Simple.
Okay, so I've not like used the inbuilt sort method for parameters, like what parameters it can take, the sort function.
Okay. You have just used the sort function based on the. So if someone
Okay,
gives
so like let me just do this. I guess I've tried it once. Like we can have a comma b, and like if we return a minus b, then this will sort in ascending order.
Hmm.
So instead of a and b, I want to access the IDs from the array.
Hmm.
Okay, so like if I
You
do,
understood the question, right?
yes, sir, I've understood the question.
Every time you will not get numbers now to sort. You can get this array of objects also.
Yeah, yeah, right, sir. Like if I do array dot id, does that work?
No, it won't work. Okay, sort what it does first. Tell me.
Okay, so the default sort function like sorts based on the like the if it is a string,
Hmm.
like it sorts based on the ASCII value of the first character of the string.
Okay. If I have both small letter and large letter, then how to sort?
Then the capital letters appear before the small letters.
That is correct. But I want to sort in some such a manner that small letter will be first, then capital letter, then you can't do it, right? Because it
Yeah.
works like that. If you have to
Mm.
do, you have to use some sorting algorithm, right? In that case,
Yes, sir.
correct? You are aware of some sorting algorithm?
Yes, sir. I'm aware of bubble sort,
Hmm.
quick sort.
Okay. Okay.
So
Now, anyway, if you are getting an array of objects here, then how will sort?
okay, so
You have to write, you remove this, write a comma b here. Let it be a comma b. You have to write a dot id minus b dot id.
yeah, right, right.
Got
So
it.
like this got confused. Like I was putting here.
Okay. Okay. Now the question is if I want to sort it based on the maybe the kind of maybe the name, using the name if I want to sort, then
Yes, since here like everything is small letters only, I guess like Ramesh will come before Suresh. So this lead like the second object will be before the first object.
will it work?
Yes, sir. Like given how you are storing the name,
Hmm. Hmm.
like if you want to like if all the letters are of the same case,
Hmm.
then it will sort based on the ASCII value. So obviously Ramesh will come before Suresh.
Okay. Now do one thing. I just want to uh, maybe filter all the leads. So the designation is lead, right? I want to filter all the leads
Yes, sir.
from the array. Suppose there are a lot of other values also.
Okay.
Just want to get all the employees who are lead. How to do it?
So I can use the filter higher order function
Okay.
where let's say if emp is my every employee, which is an object,
Mm.
so I have to return only those whose like designation is lead, right?
Mm.
So my designation is like lead. Then this will return me an array of objects.
Okay.
I can store them in, let's say, lead employees. I can print them. So this is gonna filter me employee based on their designation if that is equal to lead. So for whatever objects this condition holds true, that will be pushed to this array.
Suppose I want to delete the employees who are leads. Then just want to delete.
Okay, so if we want to delete, then again like we can use the filter, so it will filter out those who are leads.
Mm.
So you want to delete the lead employees, right?
Mm.
So okay, so maybe I can use like the splice operation on the array itself.
Not work.
But every time I have to ensure the indexes are set
Mm.
correctly.
So that's the reason I'm saying it will not work because the indexes will change every time.
Yeah, but like I don't think that changing of index is a big problem in this
It
example.
will be a big problem because this is an array of objects. If it is a simple array number array, the splice will work. With array of object, it will be problem because when you change the index, you can't find a letter, and the indexes will change. That it will not work. So bubble sort will work only in kind of simple, else it will not work in other. I'm just giving an example. Avoid splice. So what you understood the question, right? So you are having an array of objects. I just want to remove the people who are leads from this array.
Okay, so you want to do it in place or can I have another array for the result?
Here only there is a lead, right? I just want to remove that guy. Using filter only you can do.
Okay,
So
like I can filter out with the not condition here. Then I can get all those who are not leads in
yes,
the non-lead
that is
employees.
that is how you do, na? In Node also.
I thought like you said in place, na? So I want to do it in ARR itself.
Hmm,
So
okay,
filter returns me a new array, right? That's what I was thinking all the time.
no problem. Okay. Hmm.
So like, can I just check this out if this will work?
Mm. Please, please.
Okay, where is it seems there is a syntax error. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. It's sorted on like ID, I'm guessing. So yeah, it is filtering the out the lead.
Where you did it?
Sir?
Where you did it?
No, like this lead employees is giving correct result only. Like it is giving me the lead designation roles.
Mm. Okay,
And
got it. So, wait, do one more. So you are aware of reactor?
yes, sir.
Okay. Aware of reactor as well. Okay. Okay. We'll do one more JavaScript question. So here, what we can. Can you find out duplicates of an array?
Yes, sir.
Remove all the duplicates of an array.
Just comment this out. Let's say these are my duplicates. So I can have an object which will store the count of each occurrence. So I can loop through my array. Basically, I can use for off to iterate. So I'll check that if that number is present in my count object, then I have to simply increase its count, right, by 1. So I can do this, else I can like initialize that key with the value as 1.
Okay.
So then I can iterate over my count object. So I need another for loop here. So let's say let I 0 to this length. If the count of that particular value is greater than 1, then I can remove it from my array. So it's going to give me the index. From there I have to remove 1. So whenever I am removing, the index will get decreased by 1, like the length of the array will get decreased by 1.
Okay. So
So
you think it will work?
So I'm just checking like if I need to adjust the indices.
Okay.
So let's say here I am with 1. So
Mm.
one, I know that the count of 1 is 2.
Mm.
Okay, so I just cannot remove both ones.
Mm.
Okay, so I can use directly set object, like set will store only the unique value. That is one like built-in solution.
Mm. Instead of two loops, you can. So that is the one line answer using setter.
Yeah.
But now without using set, if someone asks, this is two loops you are using. In one method only you can do it.
Okay. Okay. So let me just move. So here 1 is there. So it will go in my
Don't
else.
use the loop also, you can do it. Without using loop, inbuilt array methods also you can use it. Instead of doing, okay, try in one loop. Let's see if you can do it.
Yes. So 1, 3, 2. So when I encounter this 1,
Mm.
if that is there, then I can simply remove it from the array there itself. Right. So, but this loop won't work to get access of the indexes. So here instead of num, I can have array of I. Here also array of I. So if that element is already present in the count object, then I can remove it from my array.
Mm.
So I remove 1. So my length becomes 6. And when I reach 1, my I will be like 0, 1, 2, 3. So now I would become 4. Then I have to decrement my I by 1 also whenever I am removing. So I guess this should work. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am done with my interview. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I'll tell you this instead of doing before going to loop, na, just think how you can do it very simply.
Okay.
Okay. So there are a lot of other ways also to do it simply. You can use simple for each or map also to do this. Just have a one duplicate array and then check if it is there or not, else you will push it. Simple. So using a instead of count, you are checking the count over here and then you are trying to do it, right?
Yes.
Without using count also you can do it. Okay, that is one thing. Then second is if I give you a list of numbers and I want you to find a sum of it or a difference of it, right? How will do it? Just answer it, don't write it.
Like the sum of all the numbers of the array.
Without using a loop.
You can use the reduce method.
Using
Like
a you can do it. Okay.
yeah,
So what I'm saying is reduce is a very important method. A lot
yeah,
of problems are there which you can solve with the reduce method. So you practice more 10, 20 different kind of questions can come through reduce only.
yeah.
Okay. So practice it. Okay. Yeah, we are done with the interview. Now we can discuss on your if you have any questions, let's discuss first that.
Yes, sir. So like you are saying like for this particular question,
Hmm.
we can use the for each or like a map, right?
You can use
Just
for each
like
other map.
saves the syntax level, but that
Yeah.
is also essential loop only, like the method only. So
That is one within one loop you can. I mean, same thing that you are doing checking over here, right?
like you said, like without count object also we can be able to do it.
Yes. Without count also you can be able to do it. So no need to count this. So suppose you just have an array, empty array. So instead of the count object, you have an empty array. Just check that value is there or not. It's not there initially. So push it. If it is there, just leave it. Correct, right? The
Hmm.
same thing. So you are checking this in the original array. If the value is basically you're trying to find the now a number of times a particular
Yeah,
thing is there, right? So
yeah.
if you have an empty object when we are checking it, so obviously in the first instant it will not be there now.
Oh,
So you
okay.
push it.
Okay,
Okay.
got it.
Next
Yeah,
time when you check it, obviously it will be there. So you don't push it. Simple one line answer.
yeah, yes, sir. Right.
Got it?
Yes, sir.
Either map or for each or whatever, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
before coming to loop, just see if in any inbuilt error methods, if anything is there through which you can do it.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Okay. Okay. How good you are in React? You know what is React reconciliation in React?
Yes, sir. So reconciliation is a process by
Okay.
which React will get to know the updates from the previous state to the current state,
Mm.
for which it uses the diffing algorithm, where that
Mm.
algorithm compares the previous virtual DOM with our current virtual DOM
Mm.
and will push only those changes to our real DOM.
Okay. Okay. We will have a separate React interview later. Okay. But if you ask me the feedback, your knowledge is good, your explanation is also good. Um, and I would like to say all the best to you because you are good in your department. Okay, whatever you have learned. I have not checked your Node skills more or React skills more, but I find your JavaScript skill is good for being a fresher. If you want to ask anything to me, you can ask anything else.
Okay, so like in the like 50 odd minutes, whatever we've discussed, like what are the areas that you find I can improve?
Okay. Yeah. So I have not checked your other areas. So I find you are pretty good in the JavaScript thing. So the only thing that I can, so how DSA, how you are good at DSA? Are you good at DSA or how will you rate yourself in DSA?
I won't say I'm that good, but I can say like I'm average kind of in DSA.
So you know dynamic programming in DSA?
No, sir.
You don't know. So then you have to work on that part. Okay. That is one thing. You are aware of the searching algorithm.
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay.
Linear
That
and bind.
is that is one thing. Okay. There are few questions on dynamic programming, okay, which are asked by most of the startups and product organization. Mostly, most of the organization, service organization, your knowledge is okay for, it's perfect for service organization, but for product and the startup, you have to know more on the DSA part. That is one. System design, how you know? Do you know anything on
No,
security?
sir. System design, I'm not aware.
Not ever. Okay. A little bit of accessibility, performance, how to improve performance in React. If someone asks, how will you answer? How to implement performance in React? How will you stop multiple re-rendering? So then you can use some things are there, right, in React through which you
Mm,
can do it,
yeah.
right?
Yes.
You have to know about a little bit on the HLD side also, how to develop. So suppose someone will ask you, you are using which app? So you tell, I use maybe Amazon, you use. Okay. Then they will ask you, can you think of a, way in which particular thing in Amazon, suppose a checkout page, or maybe a, maybe a kind of a cart application will work, right? So
Yeah.
those kind of questions they'll ask. So then you have to know how to, how these things work, how the front end, how the back end, how the database works, or some design. Not too deep because you are a fresher, but you just need to know. So your improvement areas or focus areas would be on DSA and on the system design part. Okay. That much is okay. Is what I can tell you. In the next 2-3 months, you have to focus on that. Not 2-3 months, but you're continuous learning, right? So you have to learn that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I have one more question. Like,
Yeah.
I have applied for this TCS NQT exam,
Okay.
which is in next month. So, like, what is your feedback on that exam? Like, how helpful it is?
Yeah, definitely. Or any exam you give, na, even the GSOC is also there, Google's and other exam, whatever exam it is, obviously good. Okay. And any exam will help you, but you attend more and more mock interviews like this. Along with me, you can book one more slot also, or you can, with others also, so that these mock interviews will help you a lot. And you should have a dedicated kind of a friend circle where you guys can do it together, right? That is also one thing. Or if you have any, if you can join any program which especially teaches on this interview preparation for 2-3 months, 4 months, that package, that is also good, because learning DSA system design and learning, these kind of courses, it will, when you learn more, you'll forget also. So then
Mm.
you need that community kind of thing where everyone is doing the same thing, so that you know all this stuff. Understanding, right?
Yes.
Because DSA system design, those things, you can't learn it like, it's not easy to learn. So you have to, do a lot of coding. Even if you code also, you'll forget that tricks and techniques. So that community thing is needed. And then working with friends is also important. And for your own betterment, you have to also do it.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the 3 areas of improvement. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Nicholas, it was nice talking to you.
Same here, sir.